Okay, Bryn, another video dedicated to Bryn, because Bryn is the one that's working. So, um, so I want to go over the same lesson that I had you watch a video for from somebody else, and maybe my video hopefully might be better. So what we're doing is we're transforming quadratic graphs. Transforming means to change them, and the way we're going to change them is we're going to move them either right or left, up or down, or maybe kind of stretch them and make them taller or skinnier or something like that. Or we're going to combine those things. So we have three types of transformations or three types of changes. So we can multiply by a number, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. So ordinarily, our parabola looks like this. This is our x squared curve right here. It goes through 0, 0, 1, 1, and negative 1, 1, and then we just draw our little U shape. And so what happens if we multiply this x squared here by a number, let's say 2. So we can treat this just like we did slope back in the day. And we've already done this, but I know that many of you have forgotten what we're doing here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start at 0, 0, just like we did in the original one right over here. And instead of going over 1, up 1, we're going to go over 1 and up or down that many. We're going to see the down part in just a minute. So we're going to go over 1 and up that many. So we're going to go over 1, up 2. We're going to go over 1, up 2 on the other side because parabolas are symmetric. And well, if I was a little bit better at this, I'd have this done. And there we are. And we put arrows there to make sure that we recognize that it goes on, up and to the right, in this case, and up and to the left forever. So multiplying by 2 is just like the slope. Over 1, up 2. It isn't exactly slope, but it's like the slope. So, as I promised, we have a negative number here. And so, again, what that means for us is we're still going to start at 0, 0, because we haven't moved right or left or up or down. And we're just going to stretch this a little bit. And this says negative 3, so as I promised, we're going to go over 1 and down 3, because negative 3 means down 3. And over 1 and down 3 on the other side, because parabolas are symmetric. And then we just connect the dots, and we make, in this case, an N shape. And there we are. Our first transformation is multiplying by a number. Positive means we go over and up. Negative means we go over and down. Our next transformation is going to involve adding or subtracting a number on the inside of the function. And you can tell it's on the inside of the function because there's going to be parentheses and there's going to be some stuff happening on the inside of the function. And this one's just a little bit tricky because it does the opposite of what you think it should do. So when we add or subtract a number on the inside, it goes right, left. So I'm going to remind you here that this is all about going right / left, opposite of what you think. So you see negative 2 here, so you would think that that would go to the left 2, but it actually goes to the right 2. And here we see plus 1, so you'd think the graph would go to the right 1, but it actually goes to the left 1. So again, we have to remember what our original graph looks like. It looks like that. And so we're just going to take this graph and move it, in this case, to the right 2. So, and the reason we know it's 2, of course, is because that's a 2 right there. So we're going to go over 2, 1, 2. And so remember, our original graph was a parabola right there. So we just moved it over 2 to the right. So instead of having a point at 0, 0, the vertex at 0, 0, we're going to have the vertex right here at 2, 0. And then the number in front of here is 1. And so just like before, we're going to go from here, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, and connect the dots and make a U. And you can see that this parabola is shifted over 2 from the original parabola, which I'm going to draw in green. So our original parabola would have been right here. I don't think it's writing very well. That's better. I feel like Bob Ross a little bit here. So our original parabola was going to be right here, but we moved it over 2 to the right because it says go over 2 to the right, and we did, 2 to the right. So we're going to do the same thing over here. So it says x plus 1 squared, so that means we think we would go right 1, but we're really going to go left 1. So we're going to draw same type of graph. And 1, and we know we're going to need one more. And the vertex is not at 0, 0, it's 1 to the left of that, so it's at negative 1, 0. And then we're going to go over 1, up 1, because the number here in front is 1. We're going to go over 1 and up 1 again, and we're going to draw our graph. And we can see that this parabola is 1 to the left of where the original parabola usually is, because the original parabola is usually right here. So the original parabola is usually right there, and we can see that the new parabola that we drew in black is 1 to the left of that, because it says plus 1, so we go 1 to the left. And then we can kind of combine things a little bit here, and we can see that we're going to go, in this case, 2 to the left, because it says plus 2, so you think you go to the right, but you really go to the left because you do the opposite. And this is a negative 3, so we know we're going to have a little bit of slope action going on here too. So we're going to make our graph. We're going to go left 2, 1, 2. And we know we're going to go down 3, so we know we're going to need some space down here. 1, 2, 3. So our vertex, the point that is at the turning point of the parabola, our vertex is 2 to the left of where it usually is. It's usually there at 0, 0, so we went 2 to the left because we go opposite. And then from this point here, the vertex, we're going to go over 1 and this number right here. So we're going to go over 1, down 3, over 1, down 3, probably there. And then we're going to connect the dots, and we're going to make an N shape. And there we go. Try not to make that pointy, make it curvy if you can. Okay, our third transformation, we're going to add or subtract a number on the outside. So you can see here that we are outside of the squared, as opposed to here we are inside of the squared. So when we go outside the squared, we're going to go up or down. And in this case, it's going to be just the way you think it's supposed to go. So it says plus 1, you think you're supposed to go up 1, and you do. And in the other case, it says minus 3, you'd think you go down 3, and you do. So let's do these right here. So again, our ordinary parabola, our very original parabola, is right here, but we're going to go up 1. And as always, we need to think about the slope, and the number in front of x squared is 1. So our new vertex is 1 up from where it usually is. Usually it's 0, 0. We went up 1, so we go up 1 there. And then we go over 1, up 1, because the slope, quote-unquote slope, it's not really a slope, but we treat it like it's a slope, is there. And then we connect the dots and make a U. And there you have it, a happy little U. Sort of like Bob Ross, but not. Okay, so this graph is similar, but as we can see, we're going to subtract 3. That means we're going to start down here at negative 3, because it says subtract 3, so we're going up or down in this case, just the way we think we should. Negative 3 should mean down 3, and it does. And the number in front of the x squared is 1. So actually I didn't need to go down here. So that means we're going to go over 1, up 1. So we're going to go over 1, up 1. And we're going to go over 1, up 1. And we're going to connect the dots. And we have a parabola that's been moved up 3. All right. Now we're actually going to combine things. So here we have two things going on. We got a slope thing going on, and we got a right-left thing going on. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, it actually matters. I would start with the right-left thing so you can know where you're at, and then you can know how steep it is. So this says minus 2, and again, you would think we'd go left 2, but when it's inside, we go opposite. So we go to the right 2. And we're also going to need to do some of that. So we know our vertex is to the right 2. So we go right 2, there it is, because ordinarily the vertex is over here at 0, 0. And so from there, we're going to go over 1 and up or down that many. In this case, it's going to be up 3 because it's a positive 3. So we're going to over 1, up 3, over 1, up 3, and we connect the dots in a curvy kind of way. Oops, kind of missed that a little bit. And there we are. So 2 transformations this time. We went to the right, and we then went over and up 3 because it was a little bit steeper. So you can see that this is more taller, skinnier than the original one. Okay, just a few more. Okay, 5 more. But they all go quick. So we can see here that the number in front of the parentheses is -1, so that means we're going to go over 1 and down 1. And here it says x plus 4, and it's on the inside. That means we're going to go left 4. So we're going to draw our graph so that we can go to the left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our vertex is usually here, but we're going to move it over to here because it says x plus 4, and we always do the opposite when it's on the inside. And the slope, quote unquote slope, is -1. So it means we're going to go over 1, down 1. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Over 1, down 1. And we're going to make an n. And you can see that every time we have a negative, it makes an n. So negative n, negative n. So every time you see a negative, it makes an n shape. Positive is going to make a u shape. Okay. Again, 2 transformations here. This time the one, or this thing here, is not inside of the squaring. It's on the outside of the squaring. That means we're going to move up, down. In this case, down 1. And here we have our slope. So the important thing here again is to know where the vertex is. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Then we'll do the slope. So ordinarily the vertex is here at 0, 0. But in this case, we're going to move the slope, or the vertex, down 1 because it says -1, and we do what it says to do here, not the opposite like with the inside. So we're going to go down 1. We're going to start right there on -1. And from there, the slope, quote unquote slope, is 2. So that means we're going to go over 1, up 2. Over 1, up 2. And we connect the dots in a curvy way. Bryn, I hope this is all making better sense to you than the first video did. And again, I'm just kind of assuming that Bryn is the only one listening here. Thank you, Bryn, for listening. I'm making this video just for Bryn. Okay, for everybody, but really it's for Bryn. Okay, so now we can see that we have a number on the inside and a number on the outside. The number on the inside is right, left, opposite of what you think. So this means we're going to go not left 2, but rather right 2. This plus 4 means we're going to go up 4 because it is what we think it is. So we're going to go right 2, up 4. So our new vertex is going to be right 2, up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our new vertex right there. Right 2, up 4. And then the number in front of the parentheses is 1. So that means we're going to go over 1, up 1. Over 1, up 1. We start with over 1. And then do whatever that number is. And there we have the parabola. Same parabola as always, just moved over and up. Over and up. Okay. 2 more to go and we're done. All right, last one, or second to last one. So this says plus 3. That means we're going to go 3 to the left, down 1. 3 to the left, down 1. So we draw our graph. 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3, and down 1. So 3 to the left, down 1. There we are. And then the number here in front of the parentheses is 1. So that means, as always, we're going to go over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. And then we connect the dots. We make a nice U, because it's not negative, so it doesn't make an N. Okay, sorry, I had a little technical difficulty with another class that was working on something else. Okay, so this one here has all three transformations going on. So we're going to move, and we find out where the vertex is first. So it says -4, and it's inside, so that means right, left, opposite of what you think. So we're going to go to the right 4, up 3. So we're going to go right 4, up 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 3. 1, 2, 3, right 4, up 3. There we are. And then from there, it says that we have a -2 for the quote-unquote slope. So from there, we're going to go over 1 and down 2. So it's always over 1, and then that number up there. So over 1, down 2. Over 1, down 2. And then we connect the dots. And there we have it. Okay, that's all the graphs I have for you. Those should be examples of each type that we have in the assignment. So it's going to be the same assignment as last time, and I'll post that. And hopefully more of you do it besides Bryn, and hopefully Bryn gets it all sorted out. And I'll see you maybe in, well, yeah, I'll see you in 2 days. Good luck. Stay safe.